Timothy O'Malley, first year head coach, girls varsity basketball at McBain High School.
Eddie Ridgway, sophomore, number 1, guard.
Chelsea Isinga, senior, number 2, guard.
Michaela Van Polen, sophomore, number 3, forward guard.
Peyton Grant, junior, number 5, guard.
Adria Roosevelt, sophomore, 10, forward.
Ayla Ferdine, junior, number 11, guard.
Michaela Flood, junior, 12, forward.
Shannon Maloney, senior, 22, forward guard.
Isabel Roosevelt, senior, number 23, center.
Briella Walanges, junior, 32, forward. Bridget Roby, junior, number 34, guard.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Calix Austin, and welcome to the Varsity Girls McBain Ramblers versus Lake City Trojans. Earlier tonight, we had the JV girls, and before that, the freshman boys versus Reed City. I have been here all night, so sorry if I miss anything, get any names wrong, or anything like that. I apologize in advance. We're just about ready to start the games. Starting for the Ramblers right now is number 22, Shannon Maloney. Number 10, Adria Roosevelt. Number 23, Isabel Roosevelt. Number 5, Peyton Grant. And number 2, Chelsea Isinga. That's for the Ramblers. We're getting ready to start the game here. Ready for the tip-off. All right, it's going to be McBain's ball to start with. Grant with the ball right now. Gets it over to Isinga. Isinga searching for something to do. Stuck in the corner. Gets it back over to Grant. Grant gets it over to Maloney. Maloney gives it over to Roosevelt. Adria Roosevelt. She goes for the 2. No good. Rebounded by... Almost rebounded by Shannon. And then a whole slew of Trojans went after it, too. It's going to go out of bounds. Trojans, by the looks of things. A bit of confusion as to what's going on now. Grant passing the ball, and she passes it into Adria. Adria gives it over to Isinga. Isinga for the 3. Up and good. First points on the board tonight. 7:30 left in the first. 3-0. McLain trying to get a lead almost immediately going into this game. And Shannon with the ball now. Putting up a layup. No good. Rebounded by Adria. Adria for 2. That's good. 5-0. McBain defense just sitting on them, not letting them do anything. We've seen that at the beginning of the game, beginning of the JV game, where they were just full court pressing immediately, so Lake City didn't really have a good chance to do anything. And McBain's trying to do that again for Varsity this time. Gonna get a replay. For Adria's shot. Or no, this is for Chelsea's 3. Number 2, Michaela Hall of the Trojans has the ball right now. She gets that over to Addison Seger. Gives that to Vinan Harmon. Hope I'm saying that the right way. Deep pass over to Grant. Grant puts up a layup. Nice. 7-0 with 6:20 left in the first. Ball out on the Ramblers. No fouls, so. Deep pass almost stolen. Is stolen by Adria. She gets it over to Roosevelt, or her sister. Grant goes for a 3. No goods. Rebounded by Adria. She's going to put it up. No good. Rebounded by, I'm not sure who. Shannon, okay. Shannon was able to get that up. 9-0. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here for this one. And Score right now 9-0, and one player we should look out for is Shannon Maloney. She's been doing pretty good this season. We're gonna go back in time for a minute to the homecoming game. She had like 3, maybe 4 consecutive shots in a row. And even in previous games, she's just been on it, shot after shot. And if you give her the chance, like I said, she'll go multiple in a row. So Shannon Maloney is somebody you want to look out for, because if you give her the opportunity, she will take the shot. Isaac up for 3. A little short and to the left. Rebounded by Izzy. She's going to put it up. No good. We're going to get a whistle. Be out of bounds. It's going to be McBain's ball. 5:45 left in the first. 9-0. Shannon with the ball now. Gives it over to Grant. Grant for 3. That's going to be good. 12-0 going with 5:30 left in the first. Number 21, Addison Seger, struggling at first to find somebody to get the ball off to. Eventually, she does find someone. Ball bat ends up back in her hand. She gets that over to Hall. Hall for 3. That's going to be in and good. First points for Lake City on the board, 12-3. Grant for another 3, no good. Rebound by Shannon. Shannon's going to put that up almost instantly, no good. Rebounded by Isabel. She's going to put it up. That's going to be good, but we are going to get a whistle. At the line. Black 2 in the face. Her first, team's first. For the quarter. Roosevelt shooting 2. First shot, or I guess 1. First and only shot, up and good. 15-3. 3-point attempts, no good, and we're going to get a whistle off of that as well. Foul on Shannon Maloney, her first, team's first of the quarter. I'll say that's number 11, Alexis Comp. Now, Comp's a sophomore, and we've seen her in the we've seen Comp in the JV game earlier today, just a little bit ago. We got a whole new set for the most part. We now have Ridgeway, Van Pullen, Blood, and Ferdine out. The only person staying is Grant. Van Pullen with the ball right now. Gives it over to Ayla Ferdine, who gives it to Michaela Blood for two, no good. Jump ball for the rebound. I'll say it's going to be Lake City's ball. And another person brought up, number 30, Isabel Wetzel, a freshman brought up onto the varsity team. She was on the JV game, earlier as well. Shot made up and good. Seeger up and good on that one. Pass over to Ferdine. Ferdine gives it to Blood. Goes to Grant. Grant for 3. No good. Get her own rebound. Gets it over to Blood. Blood's gonna... It looks like she tried the drive or pass. One of those two. And she ended up fouled on, I do believe. Black 43, her first, team second of the quarter. Score 15-6 with 3:40 left in the first. Three by Ferdine, no good. Blood with the rebound, gets it back to Ferdine. Bit of confusion as to where the ball's at. Eventually ends up in the hands of Wetzel. Emily Henn with the ball right now. She's also brought up from the JV. Ridgeway with the ball right now. Gives it over to Grant. Grant's going to lose control of that. Ends up in the hands of number 21. I forgot how to say her name already. Oh well, we're just going to move on. Passed over to 10, Harmon. Deep pass over to Hall. Excuse me. Gives it. Tries to pass it, stolen by Grant. We're going to get a whistle. .43 Black, her second, team's third of the quarter. Adria Roosevelt in for Peyton Grant. Blood made a 3 on that one. Able to boost McBain's lead even more, 18-6 with 2 minutes left in the first. Blood on the ground right now trying to hold onto the ball. We're going to get a jump. Roosevelt gets the ball over to Ridgeway. Ridgeway, nice little pump fake, gets it over to Van Polen. Van Polen gets it over to Ferdine by the looks of things. Ferdine's going to go for a shot. No good. It's going to end up in the hands of Lake City. Ball given to Wetzel. Wetzel struggles to find somebody. Eventually finds Addison. Given over to Henn. Arhine, she's going to put it up. That's going to be up and good. Push, her first, team's second in the quarter. We got a whole new set out for the most part. We got Grant, Maloney, Isabel Roosevelt, Isinga. Looks like Adria Roosevelt's the only one still on. Only one who hasn't moved. End up in the hands of Big Roosevelt. Just gonna call him Big Roosevelt and Little Roosevelt. Steal that from the Rodent Balls. Shot put up by Shannon. It's gonna be no good. We're gonna get a whistle. Bit confused as to what for. Black 2 with a hit. Her second, team's fourth of the quarter. Three attempt by Maloney, no good. Got 1:05 left in the first, 18-8. McBain up 10 right now. Looks like ball was out of bounds. Almost stolen by Shannon. Not quite, though. Ball ends up in the hands of Grant right now. She's going to work her way down the court. Gives it over to Isinga. Isinga for three. No good. A little too short. Gets her own rebound. Goes for a two instead. That one meets the same fate, but even closer. Adria Roosevelt, no good. Isabel Roosevelt gets her sister's rebound, puts that one up, and that one's going to be good. .35 seconds left in the first. 20-8. Shannon Maloney for two, no good. Rebounded by Isabel. She's going to put it up. That's going to be good. We got 10 seconds left in the first. McBain just putting the pressure on them, not allowing them to do anything here. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. I don't have much to say. See you in the second quarter, I guess.
Northern Truck Service, established in 2015 by John Skierbeck. It's a full diesel mechanic shop that can do anything from changing a light bulb to a full rebuild. With a stock of most parts, they can get you back on the road in no time.
L&J Meat Market. Our meat speaks for itself.
We are back. Beginning of the second quarter. All right, beginning of the second quarter is going to be Lake City's ball to start off with. Score 20-8. Right now, Hall's fighting with the ball, trying to stop it from getting stolen. Gets it over to Addison. Eventually finds its way into Harmon's hands. She gives it over to Larson. Larson for three, no, or not for three, just for two, no good. Ends up in the hands of Grant. Gives it to Isabel. She's going to put up a shot. We're going to get a whistle, though. Foul down two, her third, team's first of the quarter. Second shot, up and no good. Adria got the rebound on that one, though. That's going to be up and good. (27-8). My bad, 25-8. Jumped the gun a bit on the score. Larson drives up, goes for a reverse layup, no good. Ends up in the hands of Harmon. Addison for her shot, no good. Scramble for the ball. And Harmon with the ball again somehow. Three by Addison, no good. Rebounded by Isabel. Gave him to Adria. Adria's going to put up a layup. That's going to be good. 27-8 now. Caleb Blood and Ayla Ferdine going in now in exchange for Adria Roosevelt and Peyton Grant. Hopefully, should be able to just say Roosevelt and not mess up names anymore. Hopefully. That's the goal. Ball given over to Larson. She struggles to find somebody. Eventually gets it over to Addison. Addison's going to pass it over to Aarons, who's also been brought up from the JV. I don't know if I said that earlier. Gives it back to Addison. Shot put up. That's going to be up and good. Pump fake. Tries to pass it, no good. Pump fake by Ridgeway. Goes for the pass. The pass ends up in the hands of Aarons. Oh, she's going to use this to her advantage to do something with it. Gives it to Addison. A pass to a whole crowd of people. That was a risky one. I'm surprised she tried to even attempt the pass. Ends up in the hands of Roosevelt, though. She gives it to Van Polen. Gives it over to Verdine for the three. No good. Roosevelt gets the rebound. She's going to put it up. That's going to be up and good. 29-10. Roosevelt with the ball now. Gives it over to Ferdine. Ferdine's going to drive. Gives it to Blood. He's going to lose control of that. Real quick, I'd like to thank the L&J Meat Market and their snacks for fueling the Rambler Review crew through these broadcasts. And pulling with the ball. She's wide open for the layup. That's going to be up and good. 31-10. We're going to get a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. I don't have much to say. We'll see you after this quick commercial break.
Welcome to Twisted Cow, a culinary journey you won't forget. Now serving food all year round. From our signature roll and wrap to our daily special, every bite celebrates flavor and tradition. Whether you're dining in with friends or grabbing a quick bite, there's something for everyone. Look us up on any browser at Twisted Cow to see our hours, location, and number to call in and order. Or dine with us at 123 Roland Street, McBain, Michigan.
Here at Shepherd's Agency in downtown McBain, we are your local and trusted source for all your insurance needs. We truly appreciate our clients and we work hard to provide them with the best coverage at a fair price. If you're not already a client of ours, contact us and let us see what we can do for you. Call us at 231-825-2411. Stop in the office or visit us online at shepherdsagency.com.
Alrighty, we are back. Score right now, 31-10 with 4:24 left in the half. Stuck, looking for help. The ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, but I do believe that was going to be by Blood. One thing I haven't seen is in the JV game, the girls really just started getting trapped. The Trojans would trap them in the corner, but so far the varsity hasn't done that and trapped themselves in the corner either, or at least yet. Roosevelt for a three. Roosevelt puts up a two. It sits on the rim and it spins in a single spot for a solid 5 seconds before it finally goes in. Nice save by Van Polen to stop the ball from going out. That was pretty good. Pass down to Aaron. She's going to try to give that over to Larson. Larson was not there for that. But one thing I am surprised to see is I'm surprised to see that nobody's getting caught in the corners down there. Because we see that a lot where people are just caught in corners. Roosevelt tries to go for a shot. It's going to be no good. The ball is all over the place right now. Goes back and forth. It can't just make up its mind as to where it wants to be. I think Lake City is going to finally get a hold of it for a decent amount of time. Almost loses it again. Deep pass over, failed actually. Lands in the hands of Verdine. Verdine wide open for the layup. Go up, put that ball up. No good. Ends up in the hands of Comp. Comp's going to run all the way down. Ball's going nowhere. We have a whole new set coming out. Adria Roosevelt, Chelsea Isinga, Shannon Maloney, Bridget Roby, and Peyton Grant. A whole new set of Ramblers. We got 2:49 left in the half. 33-10 is the score. Ball thrown in. Almost lost control of. Lands in the hands of Lake City anyways. Shot 3-point attempt. No good. Rebounded by Addison. She's going to put up a shot. That's going to be no good. And now the Ramblers have the control of the ball. Eisen gives it over to Bridget. Bridget tries to give it to Adria. A little too much force on that one. Adria not able to get her hands on it. Ball stolen, ends up in the hands of Aarons. She didn't take the shot. She gives it to Addison. Addison's going to give that over to Comp. Comp gives it over to Larson. Larson for the shot. No good. Rebounded by Bridget. Going to get a timeout called by, I want to say, the Ramblers. "30-second timeout. We're going to stay here for this one. Score right now 33-10, and McBain's just been trying to push them as much as they can, trying to close them out. They're not doing as good of a job as the JV did by just stopping them for the entire first half, but the Varsity girls are doing a pretty good job tonight. Up by 23. And their defense is doing pretty good against them, only allowing them to get off a few shots, as shown with the score only being 10 right now. Maloney for two. Like I said, if you give Shannon Maloney the chance, she'll take the shot no matter what at this point. I feel like she fires off the ball almost every time it's in her hands. Bridget for three. That's going to be good. They're going to say it's for two. She might have been over the line by a bit. For me, it looked like a three. So it's going to be a two instead. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Adria. Big old pass over to Maloney gives it over to Isinga. She's going to put it up for 2. 39-10. Some really good pass game and communication by the Ramblers, able to pass it that much without losing it. And maybe being able to fire off a shot and making it, too, on top of that. 3-point attempt by Hall. That's going to be no good. Adria tries to pass it to Isinga. Isinga not noticing that. Adria able to get back a hold of it, though. Gives it over to Grant, who gives it to Isinga. Isinga's going to put it up for 2. We got 2 seconds left in the half. And that's going to be a no-good buzzer beater. Actually lands in the hands of Adria. Now, real quick, I got a quick word for everybody. Wednesday, during the halftime of the Varsity Boys game versus NMC, the McBain Athletic Boosters Club will be holding a high-flow performance $1,000 shootout. If you bought a ticket during or at the homecoming game, your name could still be drawn for that shootout. The Boosters will be selling tickets during the JV game in the first half of the Varsity game. At halftime of Varsity game, 2 names will be drawn at a chance for winning $1,000. The lucky contestants must make a layup, free throw, 3-point, and a half-court shot in 30 seconds. Contestants must also get their own rebounds if they can. Whether you want to participate or just watch someone have a chance to win some good cash, come support our Ramblers on Wednesday night. And that's all I have for you, and we will see you after the half.
Welcome back to the show. McBain's Rambler Review.
Fresh homemade pizza, made just for you at a cheap price. If that sounds like a good deal, then Kelly's is the place for you. Next time you're feeling hungry, remember Kelly's.
Welcome back to the show. McBain's Rambler Review is up for a coveted Michigan Association of Student Broadcasters Award, the only program in Northern Michigan to be recognized.
And we're joined by Gary and Isabel with the program so they can tell us all about it. Thank you both for being here. Good to have you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, we really appreciate this. It's quite an honor for us.
Well, we're happy to do it. Isabel, let's start with you.
All right.
Tell us, what is the Rambler Review?
So the Rambler Review is kind of our students that we work basketball games, we'll record, or sports games in general.
Okay.
We have sports announcers that'll do tell you what's going on. Yep.
Gotcha.
And so those will be up live, and then they'll be there to watch back on our YouTube page. And then
so cool.
We also have student productions where people do interviews, we'll make commercials, have little shows that people will put on, and those will be on our student productions page. And then we also do live of concerts, band and choir, and just various things going around. So.
What a wonderful, wonderful way to get people inspired to, not just in journalism, but in media production, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we being honored for this year, Gary?
Well, the Michigan Association of Broadcasters has an annual award for both audio and video production of various sporting events or stories and stuff like that.
Right.
For the first time, we entered a group for the audio broadcast of the McBain versus Benzie Central district final game last year, where Isabel Roosevelt was on the call on my play-by-play. We had Cade Weaver doing the color, and then we had Grayson and Thomas doing our halftime shows and stuff like that. And we put a big production, but we only can do audio because you're not allowed to show video for the postseason according to MHSA regulations. So after we did that game, we were down at the state semifinals when McBain was playing. We were going to do another broadcast, and John Ross from the MHSAA and John Johnson, the former director of media, said, "That we saw your production. That was great. You need to get that girl nominated and send it in." And so I told Izzy Rose about this, and then she was able to put together a tape, and lo and behold, top 3 in the state.
Wonderful. What an honor. What an honor.
Well, you're going down a rabbit hole because I started my career in high school TV as well, and at some point there's no turning back. So just take your time before you jump in head first. What's most rewarding to you about this and maybe your classmates? What do you like about doing the Rambler Review?
I just like being involved in the community aspect, being able to put something out there for people that necessarily can't necessarily get to the games. Like being able to have something out there that they can watch and still feel like they're watching. So like the most rewarding part about this is like knowing that like what people are saying back at home, like, oh, you're so good at this, is being recognized at like such a high level. Like it's one thing to have your mom look at you and say you do a good job. But another thing to...
It's really important, don't get me
yes.
wrong.
Yeah, love you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Mom's approval is required.
But to get recognized at the state level is pretty awesome.
It's huge.
No, she's underselling it a little bit because last year her grandfather's health started to fail, and he loved to be the #1 supporter of both Izzy and her sister Adria. But he could no longer go to the game. And only through the Rambler Review was he still able to connect with his 2 granddaughters and continue to do that for the last days of his life. And so that was really kind of a very huge. I think that's why she pours so much into it, because she sees there's people like that. That's the only way they're left to connect with.
And that's the thing. There's so many people who want to be at the game, want to support the teams, but they just, for one way or another, they can't. And this gives them that connection without having to be there physically. Gary, I'd love to hear, because these programs are not just thrown together overnight. Like it takes a lot of work, a lot of logistics, a lot of back and forth, and then you have to inspire people like Isabel to take up the charge. What has the response been from the student body with the amazing work that you've been doing?
Oh, I think it's overwhelmingly been positive. We have kids love the fact that when they make something, it goes out to the public and it is something that is going to be consumed. And they can sit there with pride saying, they put something I put together on there. I mean, it's not like an English paper. You write a great English paper, you, the teacher, and Mom will put it on the fridge, and that's all it knows about it. But if you make a commercial for a local business, and you get to put that there, and you get everybody watching, and comments coming back and forth, and everyone's overly positive about this. We get compliments all across the state. We last night, Cole and I were talking to a board member from Beale City, and they're like, how can we make this happen in our school? What do you guys do? And they want to see the whole thing. So it's been feeding itself, and the recognition our kids have gotten at the state level.
Wonderful.
It's a natural recruiter.
Yeah.
I got to ask too, Isabel, how many students are involved in this? Is this a specific class or a club program after school? And I mean, I know when you're not doing the broadcasting, you're on the court with the girls' team, right? So there are other people that do some of those things as well.
So this is actually a class. We have a broadcasting class. It's my first hour class. Couldn't tell you the exact amount of kids that are in that, but we have like the broadcasting class, the advanced broadcasting class, and then you have a couple people that do like independent study. So
a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few people involved.
Gary might know the answer to
We're close to about 32 people that are involved in that.
That's amazing.
And they all take various roles, and we've really tried to customize it to what people are interested in. So we have some kids that just want to do photography, sports photography, or actual student event photography. We don't have a yearbook class. So we try and cater to that, to them. We have kids that want digital media production. They want to be behind the scenes editing little movie clips and stuff like that. So we try and cater to that. And so we really try to hit the kids' interest, but then we always have to come back and try and recruit to make sure we can get our games on the air. So,
last minute we have here, Isabel, tell me about some of the other interview style projects that kids have been working on. Are you interviewing people in the community or people in the school? How does that come together?
So I personally have a show called Chats with Izzy. I recently did a series where I interviewed like retired teachers from McBain, just to hear about their time at McBain, see how the school's changed. I also interview our principal, the high school principal, about things that happen every month. We do that once a month. I know Senor interviews our superintendent for a superintendent corner. And yeah, we have some people that interview different people from around McBain about various things that are happening in the community, just to sort of like let people know what's happening. And
is this something you want to do, or other classmates have talked about doing as a career?
I know a couple of my classmates have talked about going into this as a field. I am personally looking at going into education, but I do have a couple of classmates that are very interested in continuing this on.
Well, unfortunately, we're out of time. Where can someone go to follow along with this journey, get more information on the program, and just
see what you're doing.
Yes, get updates on Isabel takes home the award.
Well, we have 2 YouTube pages. We have a McBain student production page, and that will be where the students have all the different productions of commercials, interviews, stuff like that. We have a Rambler Review YouTube page, and in that one you will be able to get any of the live sports or concerts or any of that type of live events going on right there. And before we go, we want to mention that Izzy Rose has now been employed to start doing radio broadcast of high school games on a local station. And I hope someone can let me know I'm wrong, but we were thinking back, she may be the very first female to ever call high school sports in northern Michigan on the radio. So
right after Women in Sports Day. Good job.
Well done.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Well, we hope you'll bring the camera gear to Detroit for the award ceremony and do a little clip on that.
Yes, please.
Good luck, and we'll hopefully see you in Detroit in just a couple of weeks. Guys, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Here,
Thank you very much.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After halftime, score 36 to 10 or 37 to 10. Or 41 to 10. This scoreboard's wrong. Alrighty, I think we're back for real this time. Sorry about that. There was some spilt water, and sorry about all the random stuff on screen. We were just having a little fun while we waited. Alright, score is 41-0. Going into the third quarter now, officially. All problems are solved. 3-point shot made by Hall almost instantly. 3? 2. Oh. For some reason, that was added to McBain's score, even though that was, I think the score should be 43-12. Yeah, the score should be 43-12 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Because that was, whatever. 3-point made by Hall this time. 43-15 should be the score. I think they may have added the point to the wrong team and not realized yet. Oh, we got it to 15. Now we just need to. Nope, man. McBain's at 4 now. All right. So McBain's down. And your Roosevelt scores 15-45. I want to say. Yeah, I was right. Let's go. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Isabel Roosevelt. Gives it over to Grant. I think our scoreboard problems are officially solved. That was a mess for a second. Adrian almost steals the ball on that one. Addison looking for somebody to give the ball to. Eventually finds Allen. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the first name because I'm not sure if I can. Adrian Roosevelt puts up a shot that's going to be up and good. Score 47-15. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Roosevelt. Deep pass over to Izinga. Izinga gonna get the shot blocked.
Ball was called on number 33, Black. Her first, team first for the quarter.
33 Black, her first team's first of the quarter. I think they said shooting 3. First shot's up and good. Is the second shot going to be the same? Second shot's going to be no good. I guess they were shooting 2, not 3. I thought I heard 3. Adrian's going to put up a shot, no good. Get her own rebound. She's going to put up another one. That one's going to be good. Ball given over to Larson. She's looking for something to happen. Eventually knocked out of her hands, lands in the hands of Hall. Adria steals it, gets it over to her sister, and we're going to get a whistle. Whole new set of Ramblers coming out. Michaela Blood, Bridget Roby, Michaela Van Polen, Ayla Ferdine, and Adeline Ridgway are all out. And that's replacing everybody who was on the court earlier, so I'm not going to go through all those names too, because that's just too many names. 3-point attempt by Ferdine, no good. Rebounded by Van Polen. She's going to put it up, no good, and we're going to get a whistle. McBain's ball. 50-15 is the score. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. My roster ripped in half. Van Polen with the ball right now. She's going to put up a shot. Shot's up and good. 54-15. Ridgway with the ball now. She's going to pass that over to Van Polen. Van Polen's going to put up a shot. No good. Ridgway's going to get the rebound. She's going to get it up. That's going to be good. 56-15 with 3:44 left in the third. We're going to get a whistle. Running clock by the looks of things. McBain up by 41. Yeah. So running clock. Shot put up by Ferdine, no good. Blood's going to get the rebound. She's going to put it up, no good. Rebounded by Van Polen. Nope, knocked out of bounds by Van Polen. They're calling Lake City ball. Three-point attempt. It's going to be good by Hall. Score 18-56. 18-56. I'm going to say it was kicked ball. I guess the girls are trying to play soccer instead of basketball. Long sport. Blood with the ball now. Gives it over to Van Polen. Pass over to Ridgeway. Over to Ferdine for three. No good. Rebound by Blood. Knocked out of bounds by Blood. Roosevelt. In for Bridget. And Isinga. In for Ferdine. Bit of confusion at first as to who's staying in the or on the court and who's going to the bench. Got that figured out though. Ball out of bounds on McBain. Number 1, White, her second, team's first of the quarter. We got 10 seconds left in the third, 56-18. Ball's out of bounds again. Real quick, I got a word from this little script I have to read. Don't forget to check out the Rambler Gear Store, open all year long. Show off your McBain pride with some awesome gear. All of it helps to fund our athletes. For all the details on the Rambler Gear Store, head over to the McBain Boosters Facebook page. Don't wait. Shop some gear and support our student athletes all year round. Score right now is 56-18. We'll be going into the fourth quarter here in just a minute. We'll be back after this quick break brought to you by L&J Meat Market. All right, we are back, ready to start the fourth quarter. 56-18. Deep pass over to Larson. Surprised that was made for a second. Jump ball. Ball passed over to Izinga. Izinga driving. Gives it to Roosevelt. Roosevelt's going to put it up. No good. She's going to go on the ground for the rebound. Blood's going to be down there with her. Eventually ends up in the hands of Van Polen. Van Polen's going to give it over to Ridgway. Ridgway goes up for the shot. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts up another shot. That one's going to be no good. Going to end up in the hands of Addison. Give that over to Hall. Put up a shot. No good. It's going to go almost out, saved. Ends up in the hands of Van Polen. Van Polen driving all the way down, almost open for the most part. Blood, nice little down low pass, knocked out of bounds by Sadie Larson. Three-point attempt by Izinga, no good. Gets it to Roosevelt. Roosevelt puts up a shot, no good, knocked out of bounds by Lake City. Michaela Blood with the ball. She gets that over to Ridgway. Ridgway for a three, in and out, ends up in the hands of Roosevelt. Roosevelt's going to get the rebound and get it up and good. 58-18 is going to be the score with 6 minutes left in the fourth. Actually left in the game. McBain up by exactly 40. Travel on Ramblers, I do believe that was. .58 to 18 is going to be the score right now. 4:20 left in the game. Game starting to slow down a bit as we have a running clock. Three-point attempt, no good. Adria Roosevelt passes the ball over to Grant, who gives it to Verdeen. Verdeen for three, no good. It's going to get rebounded by Maloney. Maloney gets it over to Roosevelt. Roosevelt to Roby, back to Roosevelt. Over to Grant, to Verdeen. Verdeen's going to drive all the way through. Nice little down low pass to Roosevelt. Up and good. 60 to 18 with 3:30 left in the game. Number 5, White, her team's first of the quarter. Foul on Grant. Shannon for a shot, no good. Is going to get her own rebound. She's going to put it up again. That one's going to be good. 62 to 18 is going to be the score now. Harmon with the ball. She tries to pass it over to number 5. I don't see number 5 on my roster for Lake City. Bridget for a 3. That's going to be up and good. Ferdine steals the ball. She's going to drive all the way down wide open lane. Put up a shot. That's going to be up and good. 67-18 with 1:50 left in the game. At this point, McBain's just scoring the score with a running clock. If they were to get a hold of the ball for offense, they just have to sit there and run the clock down. They lead the game by a lot. Shannon Maloney for 2. Like I was saying, just hold on to the ball and run it for the next minute and a half. Just run the offense around and hold on to it. 69-18 is the score. Maloney again with the ball. Gets it over to Grant. Grant there last second. Saves it from going out. Ends up in the hands of Maloney. Gives it back to Grant. Grant gets it over to Roosevelt. Roosevelt for 3. No good. Shannon goes to the ground trying to get a hold of that one. We're going to get a jump ball with 1 minute left on the clock. .30 seconds left. 69-18, still going to be the score. I have a feeling that it might not be the final score if McBain's able to get a hold of this ball again. One more shot put up. 71-18 with 10 seconds left. And that's going to be game. Your final score, 71-18. McBain able to pull ahead and getting running clock before halftime, if I'm not mistaken. That's all I have for you. I'd like to thank Xander Hauser for running camera for me and Cole Engelwright for pretty much controlling everything else. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the JV and varsity boys, if I'm not mistaken, against Cadillac at Cadillac. But that is all I have for you tonight, and that's the end of this live stream.